This video is a thought experiment in what really caused the Big Bang, and why they are happening all the time. At the end, I'll give you an awesome mind-bending thought that might even keep you awake at night. Imagine our universe being one of many other universes, sometimes referred to as bubbles, all existing together in a vast region of space, often referred to as the multiverse. Those other universe bubbles could be different to our universe, because the physical laws of nature could be slightly different to ours, resulting in different ways that matter in each universe behaves. Now imagine all those universe bubbles existing together in the multiverse, such that they resemble the different elementary particles in our universe. Imagine those universes coming together in the multiverse to create atoms, elements, and molecules, making structures and maybe even creating life, which could be similar to our universe, but on the next universe level up. Time is traveling at a vastly different rate in the higher universe than in our universe. This difference in the two time frames creates a boundary between our universe and the higher universe, where the two time frames meet, and completely surrounds our universe in its bubble. Let's call the bubble a time differential boundary. The time differential boundary creates a massive distortion in space-time, because the fourth dimension of time is being stretched by the two hugely different time frames on each side of the boundary. This distortion in space-time results in a gravity well, so large that it affects everything in the two universes on either side of the boundary. The boundary isn't solid, and doesn't physically exist, but the enormous gravity well it creates makes it behave as though it consists of very dense matter. This dense matter can be regarded as virtual matter, which can't exist anywhere else in either our or the upper universe. The magnitude of the gravity well causes all matter in the universe to fall towards the time differential boundary in free fall, causing the expansion of the universe to gradually accelerate over time. Now, if you imagine matter as being nothing but pure energy, and atomic particles not having any actual solidity, then according to Einstein, each particle would have a mass equal to its energy, divided by the speed of light squared. This makes it easier to imagine that the solidity of matter isn't real, it results solely from the strong atomic force that tightly binds the energy particles together. As in some stars, the closer the energy particles become under their own gravity, the denser the material becomes. Now think again about the time differential boundary between our universe and the higher universe, and imagine that every elementary particle in our universe being universes on the next level down, with the process working in exactly the same way. It would be wrong to say that every elementary particle contains a miniature universe, because the physics behind how it works is so bizarre we can't experience it in our everyday world. Keep imagining all matter being just pure energy, with no actual solidity, and you can easily imagine the universe levels extending forever, in each direction, like an infinite Russian doll. This is what Carl Sagan called the hierarchy of universes.
Our entire universe, to the furthest galaxy, we are told, is no more than a closed electron in a far grander universe we can never see. And that universe is only an elementary particle in another still greater universe, and so on forever. Also, every electron in our universe, it is claimed, is an entire miniature cosmos, containing galaxies and stars and life and electrons. Every one of those electrons contains a still smaller universe, an infinite regression, up and down.
Just for the purpose of these videos, I will refer to the infinite regression of universe levels, both up and down, as the firmament. Imagine the firmament as being created all the time, and at the same time, having always existed. Einstein's famous formula says that under certain conditions, matter can be converted into energy, as happens in the Sun and other stars. But under certain high-energy conditions, energy can be converted into matter, which results in new particles being born. This happens in some exploding stars, supernovae, and sometimes in particle accelerators. The Big Bang that happened 13.8 billion years ago was a supernova in the next universe level up, in the firmament, resulting in a vast number of new particles. Our universe was just one of those particles. When new universes are created from high-energy events, both matter and space-time are created. Time in the different universe particles pass at different rates, because each new universe in the firmament is created with its own physical laws and constants. These will differ vastly from universe to universe and from particle to particle, because there are no laws about what those physical laws and constants can be. One of these constants, c for the speed of light, determines the rate at which time passes in that universe, relative to other universes. This means that the inhabitants of every universe in the firmament will all experience the passage of time in exactly the same way. They will all measure the speed of light traveling at the same speed, because light speed relative to its time frame is always constant. The only way you could see the time passing at a different rate in the upper universe, relative to our time frame, would be to see past the time differential boundary. But this is not possible. If it was possible to travel to the boundary, time would gradually slow down as you approached it. The curvature of space-time at a certain distance from the time differential boundary would be so large that, due to time dilation, it would cause time to stand still. Once time reaches a standstill, you could go no further, but in your own time frame, you would appear to be traveling towards it but never reach it, giving the impression that the universe ahead is infinite empty space. You couldn't see the boundary or beyond it, because it doesn't emit, transmit, or reflect light. All you would see and experience is blackness, going on, forever. The only evidence of time in the upper universe passing at a different rate, relative to our time frame, is our new universe particle having gone through a period of rapid inflation after it was first created. It inflated into the space of the upper universe faster than the speed of light, because it was happening in the time frame of the upper universe in which the supernova occurred. However, inflation doesn't violate the cosmic speed limit of our universe, because it doesn't involve objects moving through space. Rather, it was the fabric of space itself stretching. Imagine a star as a boat on a river of inflating space, traveling at its maximum speed relative to the water. If the river is flowing such that it carries the boat at an even greater speed, relative to an observer on the riverbank, this doesn't violate the rule that stipulates the maximum speed of the boat. Now, imagine again, the particles in our universe, as universes on the next level down. There are only 17 types of viable elementary particles in the current standard model, but more may be discovered in the future. 61 types of elementary particles are theoretically predicted. There are countless other non-viable types of particle that live for a millionth of a second in the time frame of our universe. These particles are universes that have been created where the physical laws can't sustain the conditions for the universe to be viable. They immediately burst, decaying into viable universe particles. So far, only about 200 types of unstable, non-viable particles have ever been detected. So, during the operation of the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, a vast number of new universes have been created. Each particle will have been created with its own time frame and value of c, so although a non-viable particle may only exist for a millionth of a second in our universe, it may have existed for billions of years in its own time frame before it finally decayed. This hypothesis cannot be substantiated by laboratory experiments. What existed before the Big Bang can only be postulated, and cannot be modeled in existing earthbound mathematics. We may never know for sure whether bizarre anomalies such as time differential boundaries actually exist. But the real truth is out there somewhere, and if the greatest minds can't explain what caused the Big Bang, then the truth must be just as bizarre as this, if not more so. Thank you for watching. Please leave any questions or comments below. Coming up, in the next Experiment in Thought video, we will discuss the possibilities of time travel.